According to the FBI, hate crimes in America targeting Muslims or people who just appear to be Middle Eastern surged in the aftermath of 9/11.
Since 9/11, if you are an Arab American or Muslim American and you go to an airport, you're automatically profiled. Numerous thousands of Muslim Americans were rounded up and detained without due process. Many people, particularly immigrants, lost their jobs.
This college student who asked not to be identified says a recent meeting with police left him feeling like a criminal.
I was just very scared, anxious, nervous, and I just wanted to get it over with.
He was one of several thousand men of mostly Arab descent who were interviewed.
So there is this cloud, with the hate crimes, with the profiling, with being rounded up. Again, I think this illustrates the power of film, that in spite of the reality, in spite of the material that we know to be true, we still embrace the mythology. The mythology is still a part of our psyches. Stereotypes take a long time to wither away. And for many of us, we're comfortable with our prejudices. We don't want to change. We've grown accustomed to this face. When we think of Arabs, what do we see? What images come to mind? Do we see actual people? People who, despite real cultural or geographical differences, do pretty much the same things that we do. When we think of Arab women, what images come to mind? Do we see women who laugh and play and who adore their children? Women who work in the home as well as outside? Would it come as a surprise to know that in many Arab countries, a majority of college students are actually women? What's our immediate image of Arab men? Do we see loving fathers? Men who want to provide for their families? What about Arab teenagers? Do we see them the way you would think about teenagers in other parts of the world? Then there's religion in the Arab world. Do we see it as all-encompassing, dominating everything else? Do we know that even though faith plays a huge role in the Arab world, just as it does here in the United States, that it's also true that much of the Arab world is quite secular? When we think of Arabs and religion, does Christianity come to mind? Do we remember that there are over 20 million Christians in the region who have lived side by side in harmony with Muslims for centuries? To their credit, some filmmakers have shown Arabs and American Arabs in all their complexities. And an excellent way to shatter a stereotype is through laughter, through comedy. So we have comedians. Comedians have done this historically. Black comedians, Jewish comedians. So we see Arab comedians doing this. And this is one way to release the tension.
I got a credit card. True story. Guy behind the counter picked up my credit card, sees the Olive Garden, looks at me all weird. He's like, hey, buddy, what kind of name is, that? I'm like, well, sir, it's an Arabic name. He goes, yeah, what does this mean? So I'm like, well, translate it to English? It means peaceful, friendly Arab? But he's not happy because, yeah, what Arab country is your family from? So I told him the most peaceful, popular one that he would like. So I'm like, we're from the same Arab country that Aladdin is from.
To his credit, Michael Moore in Fahrenheit 9/11 in the DVD includes a scene with this comedy coming out.
My name really is Ahmed, and I can't fly anywhere. All you white people have it easy. You guys get to the airport like an hour, 2 hours before your flight. It takes me a month and a half.
What is the reason for such false conditioning? Is it just a matter of racism, or is there a deeper, more sinister agenda unfolding? Obviously, this sort of portrayal is not exclusive to Arabs alone, but it places the false Arab terror stigma on all Muslims. It has become overwhelmingly obvious that the Illuminati has a great fear of Islam, and will stop at nothing in their attempts to weaken it.
The corporate elite is a very small group of people. They really are. It's not a large group of people, and these people definitely have very powerful agendas, and they're working towards them. But these people recognize the potential threat of Islam.
The glorification of the Freemasonic God is not exclusive to music alone. Hollywood, it seems, has become the chosen playing ground for the Illuminati and its separate units, all of which use it to pay tribute to their Lord.
No, he never got the chance. The president wasn't there that night. But Charles Carroll had a secret. So he took into his confidence one person he could. My grandfather's grandfather, Thomas Gates.
What was the secret?
A treasure. A treasure beyond all imagining.
The people in charge of Hollywood and its various media forms are the very same people running governments, corporations, banks, and virtually every system that can be found on the top of the Illuminati pyramid. Unsurprisingly, the Illuminati and Zionism go hand in hand, and one cannot be explored without delving into the other.
For 30 years, I've looked at how we, particularly when I say we, image makers, have projected Arabs on silver screens. In my latest book, Real Bad Arabs, How Hollywood Vilifies a People, I looked at more than 1,000 films. Films ranging from the earliest, most obscure days of Hollywood to today's biggest blockbuster. And what I tried to do is to make visible what too many of us seem not to see. A dangerously consistent pattern of hateful Arab stereotypes. the stereotype has become so widespread that it's become invisible to people. And the reason being is that we've all grown up with these images.